All of our friends over here at the Football Association of Singapore, and of course to our very own Exco Council, our friends from the Singapore Premier League clubs, the media, plus all of you who are watching online via SPL, FAS, and One Play Sports Facebook page. Thank you for joining us right over here at the Singapore Cup sponsors signing and competition draw. My name is Karen. It's a pleasure here to be with you all over here. Now, in the Singapore sports scene, I believe football has a very special spot within our hearts. It is a part of our national pride, and we all look forward to supporting our very own national talent every single year, where we like to see the Lions roar and bring joy to all of us over here in Singapore. So, of course, today's event is absolutely monumental, and we are about to review a brand new logo, and we do have some very exciting news to share with you. But before that, everybody, could you please join me in welcoming Mr. Lim Kia Tong, Football Association of Singapore President, to say a few words. A round of applause, please.
Thank you. Vice President Teo Hock Seng, Vice President Tavanesan, Ng Chung Wee, Commercial Director of Komoko Motors, SPL Clubs, representatives, friends from the media, and ladies and gentlemen. A very good afternoon to each and every one of you, and thank you very much for joining us here at Jalan Besar Stadium to witness another important moment in Singapore football. The Singapore Cup has been a long-standing fixture in our local football calendar for well over 20 years. This year, the Singapore Cup will adopt a group stage format which was last introduced in 2003. Now, compared to the knockout format, the group stage provides more playing time for all, with the increased number of matches, especially for the younger players in the team. It will also generate more excitement for the fans as teams fight to outrank one another to secure a spot in the semi-final. We have received positive feedback on the additional assistant referees system, the AAR, which was introduced in the Singapore Cup last year. As such, the AAR system will be continued in this year's edition of the competition as well. With the aim of raising standards of match officiating in the Singapore Cup, the AAR system provided valuable assistance to the referees in their decision-making processes, particularly inside the penalty area, to ensure that the most appropriate refereeing decisions were made during the matches. The revision in tournament format is not the only new change for this year. To celebrate the start of a new chapter of the Singapore Cup, we are indeed delighted to announce Komoko Motors as the new title sponsor of this competition. As we all know, Komoko Motors is a company that has a proud and long history and is synonymous with excellence as seen by the number of premier automobile brand which it manages in its stables. This makes them a great fit with the Singapore Cup, which is the premier cup competition in local football and showcases the best teams from the Singapore Premier League. Now, as we look forward to the start of the competition, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our outgoing sponsor, RHB Singapore, for their steadfast support to Singapore football. For the past 14 years, we have introduced and collaborated with them on initiatives to enhance vibrancy in the local football scene. We have also worked closely together for the development of the sport through various football programs. The Singapore Cup has indeed grown from strength to strength over the years, and we could not have done it better without RHB's commitment and dedication to the sport. Last but certainly not the least, FAS is also pleased to announce a revamp of the Singapore Cup logo. As you may see later, the logo takes a more youthful and modern look to represent our key objectives of youth development and vibrant football culture for Singapore football. At the same time, key iconic representations of Singapore are incorporated into the logo to signify the competition at Singapore's Premier Cup competition. So without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, the draw to decide the groupings and fixtures will be conducted shortly. I wish all the teams best of luck and look forward to seeing an exciting tournament, and may the best team win. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And of course, right now, everybody would like to hear from our sponsor. So could you please join me in welcoming Mr. Ng Chun Wee, Commercial Director of Komoko Motors. A round of applause, please.
Mr. Lim Pia Tong, FAS President, FAS Exco and Council members, SPL Club Chairmen, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon. Over the last 2 years, Komoko Motors has supported FAS as the co-title sponsor for the S-League, now known as the Singapore Premier League. This year is no different. We continue to support FAS as the title sponsor for Singapore Cup, setting another milestone in the partnership between Komoko Motors and FAS. Through our collaborations, Komoko Motors has had the opportunity to reach out and connect with the local football community, from officials to players, and most importantly, our football fans. Apart from retailing automotive vehicle, Komoko Motors believes in supporting our national pride and talent through FAS. FAS is instrumental in growing Singapore's football landscape, training our youth in the sport, and providing a common ground where football can flourish. With today's announcement, we will continue to work closely with FAS to support the community as best as we can. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We'd like to invite both Mr. Ng and Mr. Lim. Could you please take your seats over here as we'd like to proceed with the signing ceremony. Once again, Mr. Ng and Mr. Lim, could you please take your seats, please? So, of course, everybody, this is the official signing ceremony for the Singapore Cup sponsor. And we'll invite the representatives. Gentlemen, please. And now we'd like you to exchange the documents and sign it once again. Everybody, a round of applause. I'd like to take a photograph to commemorate this collaboration, and everybody, we will definitely look forward to a fantastic addition over here. Yes, that's right. Look in front, smile. Round of applause, everybody. And once again, on behalf of Football Association of Singapore, we'd like to very much thank Kumoko Motors for their sponsorship. Sorry, gentlemen, I still need you up here because you play a very important role today. So right now, we'd like to unveil the logos. So gentlemen, if you can you please come over here to the side of the curtain, please? So we'd like you to help us, okay, at my cue, okay? We will be drawing the curtain and revealing the logo. All right? Everybody, can you count with me, please? In 3, 2, 1! Round of applause, everybody. And this is the brand new logo. Our Kumoko Motors Singapore Cup. Once again, can we invite both gentlemen to come to the center for a group photograph, this time with the full logo in view. Photographer, please. Hold on, let's just grab a shot. And of course, this is a very great moment. And of course, as part of the one-year agreement, the tournament will now be known as Kumoko Motors Singapore Cup. Done. All right. Gentlemen, can we have a thumbs up? Yes, that's right. Fantastic. Let's just take a shot for this. Thank you very much, sirs. Oh, one more shake hand shot. And of course, you know, this is a day for celebration. We need to have as many photographs as possible. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you very much, sirs. So of course, everybody, right now we do have a video to share with you. You know what, just like what was mentioned earlier on, this brand new revamped logo showcases a more youthful and modern look that represents the key objectives of our youth development and of course, our very own vibrant football culture in our Lion City. And of course, you'll be able to find some key iconic representations of Singapore that's all incorporated into the logo, which is definitely very apt as Singapore Premier Cup competition. So without further ado, everybody, can I please invite your attention to the screen where we'd like to share a video with you. Video, please.
Yasser Hanapi, Yasser! 1-0, what a strike! Yasser Hanapi fully justifies Mike Wong's decision to start him up front.
And coup de grace! That's pretty much it. The Tigers roar here tonight.
Applause, everybody. And of course, right now it's my pleasure as we'd like to present to you the Kumoko Motors Singapore Cup trophy. Can we bring out the trophy, please? So of course, we will be seeing this grand trophy that will belong to the winners of this edition. All right. This is the grand trophy that will be belonging to the winners. And of course, in just a bit, everybody, we will be having the Singapore Cup competition draw to find out exactly which team will be going against which other team, all right? And of course, to explain more, could we please welcome Mr. Yusri Omar, FAS Competition Department, to brief us on the competition format. A round of applause, everybody.
Okay, thank you, Karen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the draw ceremony for the 2019 Kumoko Motors Singapore Cup. I am sure all of us are very excited to witness a wonderful treat of exciting football as our Singapore Premier League clubs battle to claim bragging rights as the winner of this year's Singapore Cup.
The 2019 Komoko Moto Singapore Cup competition will be played over 3 stages: the group stages, the semi-finals, and the grand final. The group stages shall be played over a single round-robin basis, while the semi-final stage of the competition shall be played over a 2-legged knockout format. The grand final will then shall be played on a single-leg basis. This year's competition shall be participated by the teams from the Singapore Premier League, except for the Young Lions. We will be conducting the draw to determine the positions of the participating teams of the group stages. For the draw this afternoon, we will be using 2 pots. We have pot A, which is in blue, okay, which contain the teams. And we have pot B in red, which contain the positions of the potential teams. The teams in pot A include the current defending champions, Albirex Niigata FC Singapore, Balestier Khalsa FC, Brunei DPMM FC, Geylang International FC, Home United FC, Hougang United FC, Tampines Rovers FC, and lastly Warriors FC. Pot B, which is labeled as the position pot, shall contain the positions A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, B3, and B4. And these will then confirm the positions of the teams in the 2 groups. The draw will commence by picking a team from pot A and then establishing their eventual positions in pot B. For example, if Home United is picked from pot A and B1 was the position picked from pot B, Home United will be in B1 under Group B. Okay? So this sequence shall repeat until all the participating teams have been drawn into their groups. This will then mark the end of this afternoon's draw ceremony. Before we commence, I would like to confirm that the draw equipment has been inspected by the club's representatives prior to the start of this afternoon's proceedings. Let us now invite Mr. Ng Chun Wee, who will assist us in picking the teams and their eventual positions for the draw. Mr. Ng, please. Okay. We will start by picking the first team to be drawn from pot A, which is the blue ball. Mr. Ng, please. You can open. Just, yeah, twist it. Okay, the first team to be drawn is Geylang International FC. And now you will proceed to draw the position from pot B. Yes. All right, so Geylang International will occupy position B1. Thank you, Mr. Ng. You can now proceed to draw the next team from pot A. The next team drawn is Balestier Khalsa FC. Thank you. And Balestier Khalsa FC has been drawn into position A4. So Balestier Khalsa proceeds to Group A, occupying A4. The next team to be drawn by Mr. Ng will be Hougang United FC. And Hougang United FC will occupy position B2. Yes. No pressure. The next team to be drawn is Home United FC. And the position that Home United FC will occupy shall be A1. Thank you. We now have 4 teams left to be drawn into 4 positions. The next team, Tampines Rovers FC. And they occupy position A2. Tampines Rovers FC to A2. 3 teams left. The next team to be drawn is Albrechts Niigata FC Singapore. Albrechts Niigata FC Singapore occupies position B3. Next team to be drawn are Warriors FC. Warriors FC occupies position A3. Thank you. So we now come to the last team that is to be drawn. Just to confirm, the team drawn is Brunei DPMM FC, and they will occupy the last available slot in the group B, which is B4. All right? So that concludes the competition draw for the group stages. Let us now recap the teams that were drawn into their respective groups. Give us a moment. Okay, so let us confirm the positions and the groupings for all the 8 participating teams. Occupying A1 shall be Home United FC, A2 Tampines Rovers FC, A3 Warriors FC, and A4 Balestier Khalsa FC. In Group B, we have Geylang International FC, Hougang United FC, Albrechts Niigata FC Singapore, and lastly, to cap up, Brunei DPMA FC in B4. All right, so that concludes the draw ceremony for today. Thank you, everyone.
All right, so now that we know exactly which team will be going against which team, this is time when we'd like to invite some of the key people up for a group photograph. So can we please have the Football Association of Singapore EXCO and Council members, our SPL chairpersons, as well as our friends from Komoko Motors. Could you please join us over here for a group photograph? As for staff members, can you please help us to clear the table, please? So we're going to have a group photograph in just a bit to commemorate today's event. So, of course, once again, everybody, now the football games will kick off officially on the 25th of September, and we look forward to having all of you join us then so that you can watch the action up close and personal. And of course, right now, we'd like to have a group photograph. So once again, can I please invite our Football Association of Singapore, our EXCO and Council members, please come up. And of course, also our SPL chairpersons, plus our friends from Komoko Motors. Can I please invite all of you to come up for a group photograph, please? Ladies and gentlemen, please.
Somebody will be this one.
Does it?
All right. Okay, we'll do a formal shot fist. Look in front.